Okay, so what we're going to do today, we're going to go over some of the functions that the Escambia County Property Appraiser site, their website, has to offer, and it can make your searches a lot easier by finding some things. So obviously you can search any address that you want in here. I don't know. It doesn't matter what you got. Let's go with so less is more. You don't want to put in an entire address, because if you start putting in more than what it takes, so if you'd have put in West Sunset Drive, it wouldn't have pulled up it wouldn't have pulled up Sunset Avenue. So obviously you have the property owner's name, the mailing address, the site address, all the different information is going to be in here. You're going to have the total tax assessed value. This is the number that they're taxing you at. This is the cap rate, because you might have some kind of tax exemptions. There might be a homestead, a military, a widow, any number of exemptions would be down here where they would cap. So why did it do that? It's not recording for some reason. It stopped, paused. Maybe it's still recording. I see the time running. So we're going to resume. It says webcam disabled. Maybe that's just the cam. Okay. So anyway, I don't see where this is still running, but we'll keep going anyway. But so it gives you the legal description. This is how the county recognizes it. This is the last purchase price. This was done through a quick claim, the last warranty deed, the page and book and the clerk's records that you can find the information on this particular property. This will take you straight to the tax office's website, to where you can see if the taxes have been paid. The section map is basically this, but this will give you a little more detailed map. Right here is the amount of acreage that it is, 0.1731, how much ever that is. Anyway, the zoning, you can click here, it'll take you to all the different zonings that they have. So there it is, medium density residential. Okay, and let's see if we can back out of that. Oh, we're going to have to go back down and open. All right, so medium density residential tells us it's single family houses. This is the evacuation and flood information for insurance purposes. You can look at the report there. It gives you the year built and the effective year. The effective year is the date that any significant upgrades were made to the property. So it's saying in 1954 that the house that was built in 1944 was brought up to 54 code. Gives you a little bit about the structural elements, so on and so forth, and obviously the square footage. So the base area would be the heated area, then you have a 27-foot square porch, and then there's a screened-in porch that's also finished, but it doesn't go towards the heated area. You can click on the picture. Some have it, some don't, and this will obviously give you a picture of the property, what it looks like. This may or may not be up to date, because it's pulling stuff from either A, the time that the last assessment was actually done, or B, from Google. So that's what that looks like. So let's go back down here. Okay, so we understand that this is pretty dry, straightforward, and just what it is. You can click on the interactive map. And this is going to take you to a map where you can kind of drive around the neighborhood and see what properties in the area look like. Now, some of you may be a little more advanced and you already understand all this, which is fine because we're going to get to some more stuff maybe you don't know. So it's showing you where it's at, where the location is. Great little area right here, actually. But you can actually click on the account. It'll take you back to the account, which we were just at. You can click on the section map, which will take you to this. You can click on the, okay, so this one doesn't want to cooperate. Usually you can click on the little Google icon there and it'll take you up and down the street and show you a picture of the house. So well, something's not cooperating at all here, so for whatever reason we're having some technical difficulties. Let me move it down. There we go. So that, once again, there's the house, the street view of the house. And you can blow that up. You can get rid of these, which I'm going to because we're going to do some different stuff. Okay. Why are we having so many technical difficulties this morning? Okay, so to click on each individual property, you see that one that's got only one dot? That's the single select mode. So you can click on every property. There it goes. And you'll be able to go down the street, read the information. You notice that each of these have alleyways. That's what this is designating as an alleyway. It's actually a fire lane for the neighborhood. So you can go up and down the street by using that. You can pick multiple properties. You know, you can pick 3, 4, 5 of them with this one. They're all gonna, you can pick properties in an area, so you can circle as many properties as you wanted. And this is basically the same thing. And then, of course, clear your selections. So you can choose a radius in which you would like to see your selections. There's all kinds of different stuff. I would suggest playing with it. All right. So what I wanted to get to today, though, was more than just these maps and how to look at properties, but the different layers and the significance behind them. So we're looking at a map grid right here, obviously, but you can look at city zoning where different things in the city have been zoned commercial or high density residential or medium density residential, whatever the case might be. Your easements, if you click on easement, everything's in slow motion today. Well, it doesn't want to help us out. Okay, so the easements, you can see over here, there's an easement between these houses. All that light blue line right there. So when we click on it again, it should go away. See how it went away?
What is the easement?
The easement, it is an area between the properties that you've given right away to someone else. So this is probably fire department, utilities, things of that nature. If you have a landlocked property in Florida, there's no such thing as having a landlocked property. And what I mean by that is properties all the way around it and you have no way to get to your property. So they have to grant an easement for you to pass through their property to get to yours. All right, so there's that. There's things that are listed on the MLS. It's not working for me this morning. But you can see the boundary of subdivisions, which maybe, see that just popped up, said Navy Point. Okay, and if we go over, this line is showing us where Navy Point stops. Well, obviously, being that this is water, that Navy Point's not going up in the waterway. But you can see where it also runs right along this road right here, McCarroll. Watch as it disappears when I click on subdivision boundary, because that's Navy Point First Edition. Okay, these 3 little properties right here is called Holmes Estate. These over here, second addition to Holmes Estate. So you can get rid of those. If you click on property line, they all go away. So you want to keep your property line up so that you know where you're moving to. Improved sales. Now this one's important. This is what I wanted to get to, was the improved and vacant sales. And there's other stuff down here that we probably won't get to because we're not worried about the city of Century right now. The city of Pensacola is a whole nother ball game in itself. But we want to go to improved sales. Okay? Where these light up, it's going to give you the last 4 years of improved sales. So say you want to know what the market value is for, say, this property right here. Okay? If you want to know the market value for that property, you can look at the sale prices of similar properties to that one in the last 4 years. Okay? Obviously, we don't want to take comps from the last 4 years, but we want to see the trend in the market. How much is it going up, so on and so forth. So we can look at this house. And once again, the internet seems to be extremely slow this morning, so let's bear with me a little bit. Try the one next door, see if it comes up any better. There we go. Okay, so we can look at this house at 610 Sunset. Okay, you're going to want to look, what does it look like? Okay, well, here it is. You can get a bigger picture of it. So we have, it looks to be a vinyl sided house in fairly decent condition. We can blow this up, make it look a little bigger. You can do some more research and see what it looks like, but we get a good idea of what it looks like. Fairly decent house, okay? So vinyl sided, we can go look and see, is it 2 bedroom, 1 bath, 3 bedrooms, whatever the case might be. You want to do a little research on this house, and then you can go find these other houses and find one that's similar. So we'll look at this one, $30,000. All right, it's sold. What does it look like? What are its comps? Maybe that's a similar house to the other one. So we know that that's probably $30,000 house. Now, we clicked in an orange one, okay? When did orange sell? February 2nd of 2017. If you click on all the orange ones, you're going to see that they're 2017 sales. Now, you can obviously tell that this particular property is not a comp for ours. It's much larger, has a garage, stucco house. It's not vinyl siding, and it's not a small house that's in our neighborhood. Here's one for $80,000. Okay? If you look, this one's not going to be a comparable either because this is a multifamily less than 9 units. I, from personal experience, know that this is a duplex. Okay? And it's been recently redone. All right? And we can look at it right here, and it'll show exactly what I'm saying. So it's a duplex, recently redone for $80,000 in 2017. So you get the idea. We can find properties that are similar to ours. This is once again more than likely a duplex. It's a multifamily less than 9 units, and this one sold for $55,000 in 2017, October the 2nd of 2017. Okay, so we'll look at it. It's been recently redone, but not as nice as the other one. Okay, so let's see when. We keep getting closer here. Okay, this has not been redone. They sold this. This was the purchase date, 8/25 of 17. Well, that was the assessed date. So that's a recent picture that they haven't fixed it up. But the greens are all sold in 2015. Okay, so let's reduce this. Again, obviously this isn't a comp to ours. Now, what this one's saying right here, see how it has 2 numbers in there? and this one has two numbers in here, what do we do in that instance? Well, what this is telling me is that this was a multi-property sale, and that, so it's saying that this property, the last sale price on this property was $26,100. Now you have to be careful with these, because you have one down here that's exactly the other way around. Okay? So this is telling me that they bought more than one property. This one was for $26,100, but they bought more than one property for $70,000. So there might have been 2, 3, 4 properties that came up with this $70,000 price. You don't want to take that $70,000 and roll it in to your comps, because it's just not the price for one house. Plus, we're looking at a multifamily less than 9. Okay, this one was $70,000, multifamily less than 9. Now, what this shows me is that this is probably a quick claim. Okay, so maybe these two properties here were involved in the same sale. You could look and see, you know, what the owners are and so on and so forth to research it. So, but anyway, so the greens are showing us 2015, oranges were 2017, the blues were 2016, and the golds are more than likely 2018. Well, this is showing 2017. Let's look at a different gold. Oh, well, it liked that one, didn't it? Oh, that's 2016. Odd. Okay, but you get the idea of what we can do with this. And as you move along, it's going to show you more recent sales. Now, being that stuff's selling in this area, obviously, you know, this might be a decent area to pick up a couple properties in, because you might not have a hard time selling it or flipping it, one or the other. Or maybe these are just landlords picking these properties up. So if you're a landlord, this might be a great way to find some decent properties for sale, very reasonable. So once again, we're in a gold. This is a 2015 sale. This is kind of odd because the colors are, well, it's 2015 again. Okay, so gold is 2015. Green is going to be the 14s. So you got 14, 15. The blue were 16, correct? 17. And the reds were 16. That's an 18. So there's something a little bit odd here. They've generally got their act together a little bit better than this. The red might be just within the last year, because this is that's not the last year either. But it gives you a general idea of the tools that you can use on these layers. Okay? So that's some help there. All right? You can actually click these squares that have a plus sign in it. Can you see that? They have a plus sign in it. Okay, so let's go down and we'll look at improved sales, and we can click that and see it's given us the years that these properties were supposed to have been sold in. So there's our legend. You can do away with the plus and all the greens will go away. Do away with this one. We can get closer and closer and closer. If you're only looking for 2017 sales, there they are. Okay, if you want them all, whatever year you want, you can pull up. Okay, so same thing on vacant sales. These are vacant properties. It's going to give you the same thing. They're going to come up a little different. They'll be striped. I don't think there are any vacant properties in this area. Oh, that's odd. I didn't realize that this was a vacant property there, but obviously it sold for $3,300. in 2017. So you see how this can help you? You can go into all these different things, parcel labels, dimensions. If you hit dimensions, it'll cloud up this whole screen with the dimensions of each property. See where they popped up? So if you're looking for properties that are similar to this one, you want them to be similar size, the whole 9 yards. Okay, and once again, there will be more things in here for that. Same with the zoning. If there's a particular kind of zoning that you're after, whatever it might be, you can pull up to all the properties that are zoned that kind of zoning, and it'll light them up. So there's some great tools and tips just to be able to do that. This will show you boundaries. Like sometimes there's big areas that are zoned one thing, especially medium density residential. This whole area is more than likely medium residential, but then right across the street might be a commercial property. This I know is a commercial property, and so is this one. So let's see if we can pull up, and if it shows the boundaries. See, there they are. So this is something, see where they're labeled commercial, 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 this whole strip's commercial, medium density residential, just all the different zoning is going to be able to be utilized right here. You'll be able to find it. So if you're trying to sell this property to someone that's commercial, more than likely they're not going to get it because it's not commercial. So that'll help you a little bit. So it's just a lot of different tools you can use. So let's back out of this. Let's go back to here. Okay. So we're going to back up to the search page here. All right, we're not going to worry about this. We're going to get rid of it. And you see where it says advanced search criteria. If you click that, it will open up a brand new box. So, property status. Well, are they improved or vacant land? What do you want to search for? You might have a property that you're looking for yourself, or maybe you're trying to cull out a certain kind of property. So we would want an improved land or improved property. Assessment values, so it could be anywhere from $0 to $1 billion. Whatever it might be. If you're looking for people that they own the house but they haven't homesteaded it, maybe they're landlords, maybe you'd like to mail to them or see if they would like to sell their property, you would get non-homesteaded properties. Building count, it would tell you more than one building on the property or any amount of buildings. It doesn't matter. Assessment values, once again, you would click that to activate it and put between this, and that'll limit your search. Approximate acreage. If you have a property you're trying to find comparables for, or maybe you would like to buy a property, say, that has 2 or anywhere between 2 to 5 acres, you put between 2 and 5 acres. Okay? Improvements. You would want to have things. If you were trying to comp a property in a particular area, you would want to know the heated area of that property. Maybe you would want to stay 20% above or below that property. So if it was 1,000 square foot property, obviously 20% would be 200 square feet. So you'd say between 800 and 1,200 square feet. It won't pull up any other houses except for those. If you were looking for that. Year built. If you're trying to comp a house or find a house, whatever it might be, you don't want houses. If your house is a 1969 build, you're not looking to comp it with brand new homes or 80s or 90s built houses. You're looking for something in that similar age range. Improvement type. Okay, this gets interesting. All the different improvements that the home might be. Okay, are they apartments, assisted living facilities? Here's condominiums, laundromats, whatever you're looking for. Multifamilies less than 5 units, mobile homes. Okay, this helps you comp or find properties that you're looking for. You can go on, there's more structural elements. Okay, is it brick? Does it have heat and air. What structural elements are similar to your house that you're trying to comp, or similar to a house that you may be looking for? And there's a bunch of them. Okay, is it on a foundation? What kind of foundation? Does it have a heater? What kind of heater? Is it framed? What kind of, I mean, is it roof? You know, what's the roof on it? So on and so forth. These are some structural elements that'll help you find a house or eliminate houses. Okay, extra features that goes on. Does your house have a wood deck, or are you looking for a wood deck? You know, does it have a tennis court? Does it have an automatic door? Does it have concrete paving? So on and so forth. All these different things. Now, this is not a 100% accurate thing. Okay? When they went out and assessed the house, did it have a barn? Yeah. But did that barn get torn down between the time they assessed and today? Maybe, maybe not. We don't know. Okay? Geographic area. This, you'll be able to open it up and you will be able to find certain neighborhoods, city council districts. So maybe you have a city council member, you want to live in his district, or you want to find properties that are in his district, whatever the case might be. County commissioner districts, just different things, okay? But you can go on and on and on in this, and you can even break it down by zip code in Escambia County. So if you were wanting to find the houses in 32505, if that's where you wanted to live, that had a metal building and was a wood no subfloor house, and it had certain improvement type, maybe it was a townhouse, you could click that and you could find those particular properties. Okay, property use. This is going to help you narrow it down even further. Okay, what kind of property you're after? Generally, we're after residential, so let's go take a look. What kind of residential are you after? You can break it down right here. Vacant residential is vacant land, not vacant houses. Okay, migrant camps, boarding homes, etc. I mean, they get pretty in depth with it. Mobile homes, condominiums, whatever. Retirement homes. You can even look at a certain sales range between a certain date. You can find homes that are zoned, whatever the zoning is that you're looking for, or something very similar, by clicking a couple boxes. So that's what I wanted to share today. I hope it helps you out, and I hope that you're able to use this. Your county site might be a little different. They all are. They all have their own qualities and features, and they all have their own drawbacks as well. So if this helped you, great. If not, I do apologize. I hope it did.